world as under a lot of strain. We don't disagree on this. I think most analysts agree that the complex crises are real. But international order is far from collapsing. And so the second point here is to recognize, first, just from an American point of view, we look inward at the United States as a source of some of this instability, a major source of the disruption in some cases. Even if it's well-intentioned, it's still disruptive. I think the nearly 4-month campaign to deny Iran both nuclear weapons and the means to threaten its neighbors, worthy causes, have proven very costly. I agree with that. And while some view the conflict as fundamentally transforming the Middle East, some for the better, some for the worse, I take the longer view that we're dealing with a complex region that's going to continue to have problems. We're going to have to manage them, and we need the help of Asian countries and European countries alike to try to work through those tensions. They're not going away. Disputes can be resolved peacefully, and states can retain the freedom of autonomy, is our objective. That's ultimately what we're trying to achieve as well. U.S. forward military presence, our alliance commitments, extended deterrence remain the foundation of this strategy, because without that security, we can't move on to the diplomacy and the cooperation. We have to deter coercion. We have to prevent unilateral changes to the status quo. We have to preserve a favorable balance of military power. The fourth point is that deterrence remains the foundation of regional stability, and it's under increasing pressure as well. It's not just cracks in the alliance we have to worry about. We have to worry about deterrence spending. Maintaining credible deterrence is becoming difficult because of the environment, but also because of technology. Nuclear weapons continue to reduce the likelihood of major power war, but emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence, autonomous systems, cyber capabilities, advanced space assets, they're creating new risks that could lead to the outbreak of conflict, miscalculation, escalation, strategic instability. At the same time, we have to take note that nuclear deterrence is not stopping peacetime offensive operations, gray zone activities, proxy warfare, the weaponization of economic independence, or incremental territorial revisionism justified through domestic law or selective interpretation of international law. The challenge for the United States and its allies, therefore, extends well beyond preventing major war. That's important, but it's not enough. We also have to sustain credible deterrence across the full spectrum of competition. China is seen in the United States still as the principal long-term strategic competitor. This should be no surprise. It's also true in China about the United States, in my view. And based on the extensive work we do on looking at what the Chinese are saying about this issue across the board, including in the National White Paper last year, for instance. Beijing's rapid military modernization, expanding nuclear arsenal, growing theater strike capabilities, and advances in artificial intelligence, cyber operations, space systems are part of a broader strategy to raise the cost of U.S. intervention, weaken confidence in extended deterrence, and gradually shift the regional balance of power in China's favor. That may be entirely defensive from the Chinese perspective, but it's viewed by the United States and others in a different perspective. This concern extends beyond China's military capabilities. So even while China's economy faces some significant headwinds, it's also investing in not just that military capability. China now has the ability, as the first Asian power ever, to be able to reach across the Indo-Pacific with both conventional and nuclear weapons. We hope there will be peace, but that's the reality. That's a hard reality. China's industrial policies, technology initiatives, military modernization all suggest its leadership views itself as engaged in long-term contests with the United States, in which economic strength, technological innovation, and military power are mutually reinforcing instruments of national strategy. So that's why the United States not only wants to retain a strong alliance structure, but we also view that that's not enough. We're all trying to avoid war. We will avoid war. We think that competition is competition, it's not confrontation. But we also have to recognize that commanding heights in the 21st century over advanced technologies. That's why Korea, Japan, United States, Europe is trying to cooperate and figure out ways to ensure that no one country dominates these technologies or the resources to build them. So, in the United States, for all of the criticism that's made over burden sharing, the tough issues that we still face ahead here on the Korean Peninsula about outcome transition, about conventional nuclear integration as part of that transition, other issues that are dealing with the trade and investment and technology. All of these are seen from the perspective that Korea is so successful that you can contribute much more to this competition and to maintaining the peace and the prosperity that will allow us all to benefit. I think I should stop there, President Kim. There's much more to say, but thank you very much.